Hey guys, welcome back. Today is July 5th, 2015, and today I just wanted to kind of give you a little insight as to why I've been overweight. I know most people, some people have health issues, some people it's this or the other. Mine's been an emotional thing. I comfort myself with food, and I'll be honest with you, the last week has been really tough on me. Emotionally, because we're dealing with this move and we have 3 weeks to pack up 5 people and move. And one of those weeks, my mom won't be here. So there's kind of a week where we can pack, but we can't pack her. So that's going to be kind of like the last minute thing. So yeah, it's just, there's a lot of emotional things going on. Some poo hit the fan last week with people that we moved down here for, and well, it wasn't people, it was a church, but it turned into people. And that kind of threw me for just a lot of different emotional things. I don't want to get into all of it because it's just not important. But my motivation has suffered big time. Like, okay, so we were walking. If you go back and watch my first videos, like the first 2 months solid of our videos, we were walking every other day, my husband and I, and we were doing anywhere from 2.5 to 3 miles, sometimes 5 miles, depending on where we were and what we were doing. And it suddenly just stopped. My husband quit his other job and got this new job, and so he went from second shift to first shift. So that threw us for a loop. And then he did start this past week on second shift, and that threw us back into another loop. So we're trying to figure out, okay, where are we going to fit this in? Because he's working 10-hour days. He doesn't get home until 3:30 in the morning. So he's not going to want to get up when I get up, which is usually 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, because, hello, he needs to sleep. So we're trying to figure out when we can make time for us to walk. That's one thing. Then just array of different things. I've just been very unmotivated. So I do want to ask you guys, please, if you have any tips on how to get me motivated back into walking and everything. Now, I made you guys a promise last week, and this shows you that I'm serious. I got brand new walking shoes. These actually fit my big fat feet. I have a pair that, where are they? I don't even know where they are. They're a size 11, and my foot, my toes, literally here, and when I walk, they flop, and they're the most uncomfortable things. So these, I think, are 10s. Oh, they're actually 10.5s, but they actually fit really good. So yay! And I got these. I mean, look at them. They're like brand spanking new. They're Ryka, Ryka, with little dotty things over top of them. So I did do that. I do have my Fitbit here to put on the charger. So I am going to walk tomorrow, weather permitting. But just how do I get back into drinking my water again? How do I just help a sister out? Okay, that being said, this kind of rolls me into why I have been living the bigger life. I have a lot of abandonment issues and a lot of issues with emotions. And even at a very early age, like the age 8, 9, I learned how to go to food as my comfort. And it got really bad when I was a teenager. Just to rewind real quick, my dad left when I was 10 months old, came back when I was 4, left again, and came back when I was 5, and left again. The last time he left, he said, "I promise I'll come back for you." Well, he never did. When I was, what am I trying to say? When I was 7, my mom got remarried, and I loved the guy until he tried to, pretend that he was my dad. And of course, I knew I had a dad, and I stuck my feet in and said, "No, you're not my dad." And that started us fighting. The very next year, when I was 8, my grandfather died of a massive heart attack, and that really threw me. And then the next year, my sister was born, and I was no longer the baby. And of course, that causes all sorts of issues when you're 9 and you're no longer the baby. So that set me up a lot for the eating and just trying to, I would sneak food. People would come over and my grandmother would have like M&Ms out or peanuts or whatever. And I would literally take a handful and put them in my pocket and then go upstairs in my closet and eat. And I didn't think there was anything wrong with that at the time. I also want to say between the ages of 7 and 10, I was sexually molested by a family member and a friend, or a neighbor, I guess I should say. It wasn't really a friend. And that also didn't help because that also made me feel worthless and unloved. And, you know, when you're that young and that innocent, when people are telling you that if you tell anybody, you know, this person's going to hate you, they're going to get rid of you, they're going to, you know, and you believe it. And that's not cool at all. So that's that. And then when I was, you know, in my teenage years, I had breakup after breakup, heartache after heartache. And I remember specifically when I was 12, and I was an awkward 12-year-old. Like, I had really short hair. I could not keep my hair clean because I would have to wash it twice a day because it would just get so greasy so fast. I was short and chubby. And I remember at my 12th birthday, my uncle pointed me on the belly and said, "What's that? I think you're getting a little chunky." And I remember crying myself to sleep, thinking, I'm so fat, I'm so ugly, nobody's ever going to love me. And, you know, I had a big brother who unfortunately was like most big brothers and teased me relentlessly and would always tell me that I was too fat, ugly, and stupid to be loved. You know, I know today that he didn't mean that, and he didn't mean to, you know what I mean? Like, he was just being a big bratty brother. He wasn't trying to hurt me. And I think he now knows that he did. But he, you know, I've forgiven my brother for that. He was just a kid and, you know, part of life. But it's part of who I am too. So my teenage years were rough because there was this one guy that I was just infatuated with, Silas Daniel Elkins. Anyway, who actually married a friend of mine. But I was so infatuated with him. It was ridiculous. Like, and every time I'd ask him out and he would tell me no, I'm like, it's because I'm fat, isn't it? You just don't think I'm pretty. Da 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 da. And he was like, no, I just don't like you like that. I like you as a friend, but I couldn't get it through my head. And then I would eat more and gain more weight. And then I dated this guy that was 21 and I was 14. And, you know, what does a 21-year-old want with a 14-year-old? One thing. And when he didn't get it, bad things happened. So yeah, so I mean, I had a lot of crappy situations go on when I was a teenager. And when I was 18, I met this guy, David, and we started dating, fell in love, got engaged, and we really realized, I guess in January of the following year, this is just not like, wow, what are we doing? You know, and we broke up, and it was kind of a crappy breakup because it was almost kind of a forced breakup because he was living with us and my parents were like, he can't stay here anymore. And I didn't have a car. Well, I had my grandmother's car, but it wasn't at my disposal. He didn't have a car. He didn't have a place to live. It was a really crappy situation. So it was almost kind of like a forced breakup. And I remember feeling really kind of uneasy about it. And I remember we tried to get back together and it was just a really bad situation. But anyway, I ate my way through that. And then when I was 19, one of the boys that I used to date, he was my go-to guy. Every time I got my heart broken, I would go back to him and date him until somebody else came along, which wasn't good. He and I finally got back together, and this time I fell in love with him. Like, he treated me like such a princess, and I adored him. And I was ready to like say, you're it. I want to be with you forever. And when I told him that, I think I flipped him out and he broke up with me. And when he broke up with me, this time instead of going to food, I went to sex and slept with a lot of guys that I shouldn't have slept with. Anyway, and yeah. Then when I was 21, my grandmother passed away and I got married. And unfortunately, he was abusive to me. And I was emotionally abusive to him. I can't say that it's all his fault. It's not. It takes two people, and it was definitely took the two of us. And we broke up, and I ended up with another relationship that resulted in my son. And then we divorced, and now I'm in this relationship, and we've been together for 12 years. But through those channels in my life, I ate my way through it. So that's how I got to, at one point, almost 300 pounds. When I started this back in April, I was 260.5. As of yesterday, I'm 230.8. So I've lost weight, and I'm glad about that. I'm in a size 20. I have not seen that size in forever. So I am happy with what I've done. I see myself regressing back, and I'm very scared to go there again. Like, I had that brownie, and my taste buds are like, ooh, another one. You want another one? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't. I do not want you. I don't want you. So that's where I've come from. I've had a interesting life, and it's not always been bad. I mean, I've made poor choices in my life, and I can't blame anybody else but myself for that. You know, my eating habits, I used to eat, oh, do I want to say this? My mom would make me a toddy, a cookie toddy. It was the whole, like chocolate chip cookie batter, except minus the eggs. She would make me a whole batter of it, and literally I could almost eat the entire thing. Will you stop? Ignore my cat. Stop it. She needs to get a room. Anyway, like, I would do that. It was just, it's horrible. And then when I was pregnant, I ate whatever I wanted to eat because, well, I was feeding a baby too. So that's how I've gotten to where I am. And I know now that I can't go back to that, but it's hard not to when you're celebrating a birthday or you're stressed out because of a move or whatever the deal is. It's really, really hard. So give me some ideas of how, when I'm craving that brownie, what do I do? Because I'm sorry, going to an apple ain't going to help. What can I do? I'm just being honest. But yeah, I'm excited to try well, I've been wearing these all day today. I wore them yesterday, and this, specifically this shoe, this left shoe, you see how it kind of bends in? It was really rubbing my foot wrong, but today it wasn't so bad. So, but they're waterproof. So I have them. I'm ready. I have my Fitbit. I have my deep blue rub, which I'm going to put on my calves before and after I walk to help with any kind of pain. So what else can I do, guys? Help me out. Because I'm really I don't know what to do. Duh. So yeah, so before I always tell you guys what's on my face. I've packed all my makeup away. So now I have everything that I'm going to be using in this little container. So I'm just going to show you what's here, and I'll let you know if I have it on my face. One of the brushes, my favorite brush, the Revlon Kabuki. I love it because it's very soft and it's just perfect to put blush on. Love it. I have my e.l.f. moisturizing lipstick in Ravishing Rose. This is what I have on right now. It is so beautiful. My goodness. It smells like vanilla. And I love the packaging. I think the packaging's adorbs. $3. The Kabuki brush was like $4.99. I have my e.l.f. exfoliating lip scrub. I don't know how much longer this is going to last because I only have that much left. And it's kind of having bad days. But this was $3. On my cheeks today, I have the Revlon blush in Plum Shimmer. I've talked about this before. It has got to be one of my favorite blushes. It's just so pretty. I don't know what I paid for that. I also sometimes use Wet n Wild Single in Cheeky on my cheeks as well, just because it's just a different color, and it's just kind of like a nice purpley pink. I don't know. It's just really pretty. It has like a little shimmer to it. Those I know are 99 cents. On my eyes, I kept the Eye Studio in Purple Passion. What is this called? Purple Possibilities. Let's see. I'll put these over here. So this is what I have on my eyes right now, and it is just this beautiful gold iridescent. Oh, and this purple is just really beautiful. And then the pinky lilac, whatever, is really pretty too. And I got those for 99 cents at Salvation Army. And yes, I did sanitize them. And the second one is Flash of Forest. And I have this dark brown color in the crease and a little bit on the lower lash line. Let's see if I can get these. So those are those swatches. And these are just, the pigmentation for cream is just amazing. So I have those. And I also have my favorite brushes. This is the Cala Crease 415 brush. This is perfect for that crease. It just puts it exactly where you need to have it. The e.l.f. smudge, small smudge. And the LA Colors eyeshadow blender. Those are the brushes. I think they're all like $1. I also have the Nika K Eyelight Crayon in Champagne and Pearl. And these are some beautiful pigmentations. I mean, they're just beautiful. And I love them. And they're cheap. They're like $1.99 at, well, I got mine at the Wig store, so I don't know where else to get them, but good. And then for the lips, I also have these two, which are just, this one, like I said before, I have no idea where I got it from, but it's such a pretty, pinky, sparkly, goodness, it smells like vanilla. And then this is LA Colors Just Been Kissed, and this is more of a peach, so I can get some color out of here. Just kind of like a pretty gloss. You know what? Give me a minute. This video is only going to be forever. Okay. I'll show you what it looks like. It's just so pretty. See, it's like just a little hint of color, and there is a hair on my lip. It's gonna annoy me. So that's the makeup that I have out that will stay out until we move, because, well, I just can't. I just needed to pack that up. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be back tomorrow. I promise I will go walking tomorrow, and I'll take you with me so you can, I don't know, watch how silly I can be when I walk. I'm not sure where I'm walking at. Usually my husband and I walk. There's 2 main streets in our town, like I've said 1,000,002 times, and we usually would go down to the end of our road, down an alley, and then down the main road, up, and then back, which is usually about 2.5 miles or so. I don't know if I'm going to do that tomorrow or not. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see what I do. But I will definitely take you with me. So leave your comments below, and I also want to open this up to a Q&A. So if you have any questions and, you know, that you'd like to ask me or whatever, leave them in the down bar below. I had to take it off. And I will answer them soon. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys have a great weekend. See you soon. Bye-bye.